Hey guys, what is up? It is Bib07 here again, and welcome to another episode of the Hardcore Iron Man All Collection series here today. In this video, we're going to be doing a couple more quests as we get into the last few we really have left, honestly. We don't have a whole lot remaining. We're a bit over 320 quest points at this point, and there's only 400, a little over 400 in the game, so we are getting quite close to the end of all the quests, although obviously we still need some quite high level requirements to finish everything. Most of the quests we're going to be doing from now on are pretty high level and, are going to start getting quite dangerous. And, yeah, it's going to be hopefully, no problem. Hopefully we don't have any issues with any of these quests, but, you guys will have to wait and see on that. But, yeah. Sorry for not getting this video out yesterday. I did have some plans for this weekend over Saturday, so I wasn't able to get this video done, but we got it here today on Sunday, and we'll have our normal weekly Monday vlog out tomorrow for the patch notes, so you guys can look forward to that as per usual. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Starting off here, we have a quest that I kind of like personally, although I don't really like the chain itself. I always like quests where you're kind of like thrown into an area without anything, and then you either got to escape or solve a puzzle or something, and this quest has that with the prison that you are sent to several times during the quest, and it's kind of like a thing where you got to figure out a way to get out. I mean, obviously I'm using a quest guide, so it's not like I'm figuring things out myself, but you got to get out on your own and be able to finish off things in there. Like you have to kill a guard or so without any of your normal equipment and stuff, so I don't know, it's pretty cool, like a little thing I like about quests in general. But I think the pirate quest chain is probably my second least favorite in the game, only worse in my opinion than the penguin quest chain, which is utterly dreadful. I'm just not really a fan of the story behind it, and quite a few of the quests are a bit annoying to complete in general, so that's just my opinion. Outside of Cabin Fever I also really like, because it's just sort of fun. It all takes place on that one ship and stuff. But yeah, so I recorded this clip a bit early here because that cutscene was quite long, and then this looks really great, doesn't it? On the size of my screen, I have this little thing of cats running around in circles and stuff is like super small, can barely even see what it is. So that's not the video having issues, that is just what it looks like on my RuneScape screen, because I play on a whole 1080p monitor. Because I have two monitors, so I just use one entire monitor for my RuneScape game screen, and yeah, it definitely messes up some things. But I don't know what happened, because I think we missed the quest complete screen, but that was rocking out. One of the later quests in the pirate chain, and we got 67 crafting from that. So I think the only quest left in that chain is Pieces of Hate, which is going to be scary as hell, because that final boss is yeesh. So that is not going to be done anytime too soon, but it is maybe eventually going to be one that we are going to have to take on and be a bit afraid of. Next up here, though, we are in Daemon Time for the medium task set, because the last one I had here was to complete a furnished floor. I really like those new buttons they added, by the way, instead of having to use the top right. But yeah, my last two tasks were to avoid Rammernaut's charge attack and complete a furnished floor, so I chose him as my boss, and this is probably one of the most infamous task sets for having that Frost Dragon task, but luckily I managed to get that Frost Dragon and altar when I was doing the easy tasks, so I got pretty lucky with that. But yeah, now we have the Daemon Time Aura 2, which notably provides us with free law and cosmic runes at the start of every dungeon, which is going to be really useful when we start training dungeoneering, as it's really annoying to have to make them or not go without them during solo dungeons. But the next couple clips here we have is going to be some live commentary. You guys can enjoy that. Alright guys, we got a little bit of a live commentary clip coming at you here. Just wanted to give you a couple updates alongside this little progress hit here. We're going to be getting the final Lumbridge task completed here in the Draenor sewers, which is obviously going to be this mithril plate body when I do finally finish it. That's another thing I don't really like too much about the mining and smithing, or at least the new smithing, is mining gets a lot faster at lower levels when you're at a higher level. Like if I go and mine copper, I'm going to get it way faster than I would at the level where you unlock it. But for smithing, it's pretty much the same rate as it was when you started, but you obviously have, you have more heat, so you have to reheat less often, and you start at max heat, but it's just not as nice as it is when you're at a higher level of mining. But either way, we're going to go ahead and talk to Ned here to get our reward. And we have the Explorer's Ring 4, which is disappointingly close in stats to my Berserker Ring, but not quite as good. And we have this is like a pretty sadly low XP lamp, and I'm going to need some summoning levels soon, so I'm going to get that XP, I think. Only 9,000 for the hard final tasks in the Lumbridge set, which isn't all that exciting. I'm just going to friggin' drop this. I don't really need it, but they don't have too high of requirements. The last one I needed was the 60 fire making for the U-log, but a couple of updates. I just recently got 69 strength. I did a bit of Hellhound camping for that because right now melee isn't very good for me for my Slayer tasks that I'm getting. Right now I have Greater Demons, which I'm contemplating using as a reason to try Zami, but I still don't think it's really worth doing for me right now until I get a War Tort to extend that trip time, and the Slayer Helm buff won't be even a consideration because I don't have obviously a Hex Crest quite yet. But yeah, I got that. I also got 61 Hunter, and these are some requirements for the what's it called? The Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf, I think, quest, where you unlock the battlefield where you can get the picks and hand cannons and stuff, so that'll be nice to get done. Gonna be doing that in the next clip. Also, I don't know if I've shown this clip or this tab or not, but I've been mining gems in Alcarid when I've been AFK, so I've got a decent stock of them going here, and it's pretty much just convinced me, by getting these gems from there, that it is not even worth it to open the sedimentary and igneous geodes for me, because all the cut gems here are the ones I got from the geodes, and the ones that are uncut obviously I've mined, and I've probably mined for about the same amount of time that I spent just opening those geodes, and I've got far more gems. Obviously you don't get diamonds or dragon stones from the mining in Alcarid, but it just takes far too long, in my opinion, to open the geodes for it to be worth doing. So I probably won't be opening those anymore. I'll just be dropping them for the most part. I think you can turn them off, so I might just turn off all but metamorphic. But figured I'd bring that up. Either way, one thing I also did on the player-owned farm, I purchased the trapper guy, and I only got him today, so I sent him out once. He brought me back a fucking brown rabbit, which is absolutely terrible. But I'm hoping I can get some new animals from him, because at this point I'm just doing sheep and cows, and at 71 farming, the 5k XP from an elder cow is not really doing it too good for my XP anymore. I still need a Harlequin cow for the full collection on those, and I need the fall and summer sheep to finish that, but I don't really feel like wasting my beans on the seasonalizer right now. But I'm hoping he brings me back like a yak, chinchompa, something like that. That's what I'm looking for the most part. Haven't been lucky to hit a chin on any of my hunting that I've done, but yeah, that's mostly what I've been doing. Not too much else I don't think, in terms of stat updates. So still working on my Slayer. I am 65 range now. I probably mentioned that in a previous clip, but I had to get that for, I think it was Curse of Erev, and low-level range training sucks so bad. Melee and range both kind of suck until you get 70 plus, so I'm looking forward to hitting that on both of these. It's unfortunate that I had to train my strength up so high for these quests, but not the worst thing in the world. Now I can definitely focus on attack until at the very least getting 70. But anyways, I'm going to head off now and do the Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf quest. I don't think it's too particularly dangerous or anything, so we shouldn't have any problem smashing it out here. And yeah, I will see you guys for the end of the quest. Okay, so we should be hitting a cutscene here, I believe, once our good old Valdebon returns for the completion of the quest here. Definitely a pretty short one and not too hard. Much better than some of the previous quests in this quest chain, the dwarf quest chain, with some of the notoriously most annoying quests in the game in its earlier parts, including the forgettable tale, which is awful. A big pile of garbage, and also the giant dwarf quest can be a bit annoying with the ore and bar deliveries you have to do. But there we have completed Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf, giving us 2 quest points, 30k in Firemaking Hunter and Strength, the 3 quest requirement skills. And we also have the access to the Chaos Dwarf battlefield, so we can now get a hand cannon drops, which are good to get for is it crackling that you need those for? Crackling 3? I think so. And then the D pick, of course. I mean, I'm not really going to be too, too really motivated to go for the Pickaxe of Earth and Song too much, but maybe sometime down the line. Obviously, I'm already 99 mining, but it'd be cool to get one eventually. Just don't really care about it right now, and probably won't for quite a while. But yeah, we're only 2 quest points off now. Our first elite magical dice, which I'm looking forward to getting. We also got 62 firemaking from that, not too bad. Nothing really interesting from that. Get rid of all this garbage, and conveniently enough, my trappers just returned with my second animal, so I'm going to head over there now just to throw that onto this clip. Might as well, maybe I'll get something good and just show that off for you guys. But yeah, the next quest I'm looking to do, I believe, is going to actually be Lunar Diplomacy, which is a pretty easy quest, and it's just takes a little bit of time going around to, I think you have to go to some altars and stuff, but yeah, sitting on all the requirements completed here, shouldn't have too much trouble doing that, and we'll probably just smash out Dream Mentor right afterwards as well, before getting back into, we got to do a couple more skill training got to get a couple more skills up and stuff like that, but we'll probably be doing this pretty soon. Dream Mentor and Branches of Darkmire is on the list very soon. Basically, whenever I claim my kingdom, I should have plenty of logs for 70 fletching, so that'll probably be within the next few clips or so. Not couple, definitely, but anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and collect here. What do we get? A fucking cow. That is not great at all. We got a regular cow, which is stressed. So that at the very least will pay off the bean cost for sending him there. So I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, because the cows do sell for 120 or so beans at Elder, which is, they end up just getting to Elder because I'm too lazy to keep that close of tabs on them. But hopefully he'll come back soon with some animal I don't yet have, but it's just random. I'm going to keep sending him out whenever he comes back. Might as well. It's 100 bean cost each time, but I should easily be making that up with the current cows and sheep that I have going. I stopped doing chickens because it was just becoming a pain keeping up with the food, and the beans and XP weren't really worth it. But anyways, we're off to do some lunar diplomacy, and I'll see you guys for that. Switching back to post commentary for a little bit here, but we will have some more live comm towards the end of the video. We're going to be completing a couple of pretty nice quests here. The first one being the Lunar Diplomacy quest. So we now have access to Lunar Isle and the Lunar Spellbook, of course, and this is just a good quest to get out of the way, and obviously very nice to have access to Lunars, although I don't think doing too much with that. There's always, the utility spells on Lunars are always pretty, interesting. They've got things like Super Glass Make, I think, is on there. I think we have Super Glass Make on RS3, right? I don't even know now that I say it. But there's also things like Plank Make on there. I never really knew if Plank Make was a good thing to use for Iron Man, but I think it's way slower than obviously making the planks yourself, so probably not. But yeah, that's lunar diplomacy completed. We got 2 quest points for that one, and that puts us actually at 325 quest points. So we're going to head over to Varrock Lodestone and pick up our next magical dice. So this one is, I think, going to be our first elite level magical dice, so that's pretty cool. I don't even know if you have the chance to get like obviously not a very good chance, but like a chance at even at all to get like third age or blood dice from this. But we're going to go ahead and roll our tier 4 magical dice to see what we can grab. Obviously going to give us a nice bit of cash as always. 2.5 mil this time, and we only get an ancient full helm, so nothing to speak of there really, but the 2.5 mil is always nice, even though we have, you know, plenty of cash on hand at this point from smithing. We'll always take some more. Now, next up is not actually going to be what you might think, which would be Dream Mentor. We are actually going to be completing the Fremenic hard tasks here, and that's very nice to complete because it is one of the requirements for a quest we are working on, which is Blood Runs Deep, which we, you know, is a pretty high level-ish quest to be, you know, completing. But we wanted to get the Fremenic hard tasks out of the way, as that is a requirement for those quests. Quite a rare thing to see task sets be a requirement. I think Blood Runs Deep might be the only quest in the game that has a task set requirement, but I could be wrong on that. You guys can, you know, let me know in the comments if that is the case. But we need to head over to Miscellanea, and I believe we're speaking to Advisor Grimm here to get our reward. And I figured while we were here, because I do want to get 70 fletching quite soon for branches of Darkmire, that we would claim our kingdom loot. And if you look in the top left, we haven't claimed it for 8 weeks, so we are hoping to get a pretty decent reward here. Still got 3 mil in the coffers, so we've been keeping that topped up for majority of the time. Although when I was on my mining and smithing grind, I didn't quite visit here as much as I probably should have to keep the coffers fully topped up. But yeah, we just quickly mined a couple of coal there to fully get my approval rating all the way to 100. I would say mining coal is definitely the best way to do it, especially if you're a high mining level, because it lets you pretty much mine one with every swing, so makes it a lot faster. But yeah, we're up here excuse me, at the top of Miscellanea Castle, and we're going to talk to Advisor Grimm to get our Fremenic Sea Boots 3. I don't think there's anything too great from Fremenic tasks until the elite ones, where you obviously get the noted Dagonoth bones. But we're going to claim this XP lamp here, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to use it on Herblore or summoning, and I think this time, I don't remember what I go with, to be honest. I think I might go with summoning on this one. Yeah, I do. I take 15k in summoning, putting us up to level 58, which is very nice, and only like 10 or so levels, maybe 9 or even until the War Tort unlock. And now I try and figure out what I want to use my stuff on, because I actually do need some planks for construction as well for a quest I want to complete in the near future. So I tried it, but I also wanted to get some herbs in for obviously some herblore training. So I was having a really hard time deciding how I wanted to distribute it here, because I need maple logs for fletching, for 70 fletching. I need teak and mahogany for my construction, and I also want some herbs for herblore. So I'm really trying to decide for a bit here what I want to do. And I think in the future, since I won't really need maple logs too much anymore, I'll probably max out herbs and then just do maple logs for the bird's nests mostly. But I might want to max out the maple logs at all times for the bird's nests. I wasn't too sure. I was having quite a tough time making this decision here, but we went ahead and left it as it was there in the last second, and we are collecting. We got almost 40k maple logs, looks like about 400 or so bird's nests, and then, you know, 43 renars. The herbs, not too great. I'll probably go for more herbs next time, but we didn't get too many here, and the seeds are absolutely terrible, but that is just good enough for me to get my construction level that I need, as well as the 70 fletching. That's plenty of logs for 70 fletching, but yeah, in this next little bit here, I go ahead and change it to what I plan on using in the future, which is probably just going to be full herbs and then the rest maple logs. But that is the first kingdom claim that we have done, and hopefully, you know, the next one we get will be a little bit better, because that one was kind of just, you know, dispersed and didn't give me too much of anything because I was spreading out my resources a bit to make sure I got what I needed for my skill training. Now we're going to be doing that quest I mentioned in the last clip, and that is Dream Mentor. Not too tough of a quest, really. You just have to do all the boss fights, which they aren't really too hard. You don't really take too much damage. And got Ciresius there helping you out, giving you venges and stuff, because he's an absolute champ. And we're going to go ahead and complete the quest here. We get 2 quest points, a 15k combat XP lamp, 10k magic XP, and 15k HP XP. Some more lunar spells, and yeah, that's about it. We're going to go ahead and rub this unique lamp which speaks with you and give ourselves some range XP, just because I hate training low level range, so we wanted to go ahead and get a little bit of free range out of the way here. But the next clip is going to be a live comm one, and then we'll have one more clip before the end of the video. So yeah, I'll throw it over to past me. Alright, you guys, we have a pretty big quest completion coming up here. Well, I guess it's not really big, but what I had to get for it was a bit annoying, and like is a pretty decent stat to get. We have some pyre ships being lit here, and if you look in the chat, ooh, I did die during this quest, so that's one of my extra lives gone, which kind of sucks. No, I'm just kidding. There's a scripted part of the quest where you die, technically die, but you don't really, you just go to like a different area. So that is Blood Runs Deep completed, and not too hard of a quest. The Dagonoth Mother is not very difficult, and the Sentinels aren't either, so it's pretty easy. This quest just kind of sucks because of the bit where you have to lead whatever his name is, King Vargas, through the cave, and he's slow as fuck, and it's really annoying. But it's not too bad, and you know, the Dagonoths and things that are attacking you during that time don't deal too much damage and are pretty easy to take out, but just an annoying bit of the quest. But yeah, pretty decent, and you actually get a crap load of XP from this quest. 150k times 3 in a combat skill, so that's 450,000 XP. And the reason this was a kind of a significant quest to complete, I mean, we get 2 quest points. We get the Balmung, which is not very good, but nice to have. But I actually had to get 75 strength and attack for this quest, which is, you know, I was like 60 attack and like 69 strength, I think. So this is some pretty nice melee stats for me. I didn't do Slayer just because, like, with my 60s and even at the 70s, kind of, it wasn't that great with the tasks I'm getting from the guy in Shiloh Village. It's not that great for me to be doing Slayer, because I just wouldn't be able to get the task done very quickly. So I just camped Hellhounds for these, and I got so many gold charms now. I'll head to the bank quick after this and show you guys, but let's talk to Brunt here, and we should be able to claim the XP. So we are not putting it in any of those. Now, I know I shouldn't put it on range, but I just hate fucking range training. I won't put it on range. That'd be really dumb. I'm just gonna do it on prayer like I should. But I like pretty much melee and ranged, and kind of magic too, but mostly melee, and I'm almost 94 magic, but mostly melee and range. Like before level 70, like it really sucks to train, but we're gonna use them on prayer. Oh fuck, 75 or higher. I think I can just not do this then and wait until later. Well then, even then though, using it on prayer at that point won't be as significant, but still, I'm just gonna wait until later, I think. Although I did want to try and complete King of the Dwarves pretty soon, and you need 77 strength for that. Although I can just go and do more Hellhounds, so I probably will just do that because I don't want to waste 300k XP. That kind of sucks though, because I mean I need 75 prayer for Prif, and once I'm 75 it won't be as big of an impact of XP, but yeah, I don't really want to waste it on strength right now, so I'll probably just go do more Hellhounds for that quest. But that is Blood Runs Deep completed, and we have those, you know, those XPs waiting for us when we want to take them. But yeah, that is a very nice quest to get done. Like I said, not too difficult, and that was one of the reasons we recently did the Fremenic hard tasks, as that is one of the requirements for that quest. But yeah, next up I'm probably going to be doing King of the Dwarves, which is, I think, a pretty dangerous and scary quest. Is that the one with the cannons in it? I'm not sure. Maybe that's Birthright of the Dwarves. I don't remember. One of the dwarf quests is like pretty scary. Like there's this bit with cannons that can like fucking destroy you. So I'm not looking forward to that. We also have another trapper claim here that we can show. Just might as well show it. And we got another fucking sheep. He gave me a sheep last time too. Get out of my fucking sight. Actually, that's the sheep he gave me last time. But at this point, I'm only growing cows for the most part and just waiting until I get some stuff from the trapper to do in the farm, because chickens and sheep are just like annoying and kind of like a waste of my food at this point. They don't give enough XP to be worth it. But yeah, I did, like I said, get a lot of charms. I'll quickly show my charm stack here. Got 3.4k gold charms. I mean, obviously gold charms aren't the best charms, but still it's nice to have some, and that should be enough to get me some summoning levels at least if I need to train it for anything in the near future. But yeah, that is going to be the... Oh yeah, one thing I want to just quickly rant about is why the fuck is the two-handed great axe a crush weapon? It doesn't make any sense that this would be a crush weapon. Like, if I equip it, does this look like a crush weapon to you? Hell no. It looks like you're going to, like, you know, slice them up, slash them with it. It's a I feel like it should be a slash weapon, but it's for some reason a crush weapon, so I had to go and make the battle axes, because those are... the hellhounds are weak to slash, and even with this little tier 70, since it's crush, I was still splashing a bit. But actually, now that I'm 75, I can use this thing. I didn't even think of that. I can use the spear version of the vanquish, which should be slash, please. Stabbing, damn it. So I'll probably still have to use the... interesting how you can switch it while you're holding it. I'll still probably have to just use the Necronium battle axes. They were doing just fine though, so no big deal. But yeah, we're gonna go get a couple more strength levels, then complete Birthright of the, King of the Dwarves, and then after that I'll probably do Swan Song, just to give me something to AFK while I am doing, whatever, doing other things. So yeah, pretty good quest out of the way. And for the last clip of the video here, we will be doing just that, the King of the Dwarves quest, and it was not the dangerous and spooky quest that I thought it was. That is the next and I believe final quest in this quest line, which is Birthright of the Dwarves. I kind of like the dwarf quest line, even though it is tainted by one of the worst quests in the game, Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf. That quest is absolutely terrible, but the other quests are pretty good in the quest chain. I kind of like them, and this one is pretty easy. I think you don't really have to fight too much. You just have that one boss fight against that one guy in the tunnels before you go and ask for help from the trolls and stuff. But yeah, there it is. King of the Dwarves completed. We get 2 quest points, 45k mining, which I'm obviously 99, so not good, as well as 50k smithing, which I'm 99 in, but a nice 55k strength right there. And yeah, that is a pretty good quest out of the way. And now the last one we need for that is Birthright of the Dwarves, which I think I can do. I might need to get some strength levels or something more for that. I think maybe it is a bit of a higher strength requirement, but I'm not looking to do that anytime too soon, just because it is a bit of a spooky one. But that is going to be the end of this episode of the Hardcore Iron Man progress, you guys. We are getting quite far along in our progress here, and I think it might be next week that we'll have quite a few Barrows chest runs, as I am going to be planning to complete branches pretty soon, and then we'll do some Barrows to potentially get ourselves some Arams is the main goal from that. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this video, like I said, and I'll be uploading a new vlog tomorrow for the patch notes. You guys can look forward to that, as well as obviously a new Hardcore Iron Man episode next weekend as per usual. Thanks for checking out the video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.